Hello everyone, welcome to another unbox and review video. Today, let's crawl out through the fallout and see the Threezero T-60 Power Armor Camouflage Faint version.
Think about your hero when you're at ground zero and crawl out through the fallout back to me.
Alright, this comes from the fine folks over at Threezero, and well, pretty brand new. We'll give this a good look right now. Yes. This is a very nice box here. Just look at this. Is the T-60. Again, all the Fallout T font, Power Armor Camouflage version. Fallout right here. And just a bit of backstory. If you haven't played Fallout, Fallout is a wide open sandbox role-playing game where you play, well, anyone really. But in Fallout 4 specifically, where this armor originates from, you played the lone survivor. Someone who grew up in the past and then was chronically frozen and then woke up in the Fallout post-apocalypse to search for your son. Yeah, and the T-60 is the main armor, is main star armor for the game. And it's on the cover, it's on all the promotional material. I think the Rebel helmet is also the T-60. But it is a bit controversial because it disrupts the usual power armor lineage, and the frame system that it introduces in the game is a bit divisive, especially when it first came out. Ooh, comes in 2 pieces and some protective paper. Ooh, I did not say this in the actual product pictures that they posted, but I will take a look there later. Okay, so we have the T-60 Camouflage Power Armor, all up in its individual pieces. So it comes in 2 pieces, as you saw before. It comes in the Power Armor frame, it comes the armor pieces. Just like in the game, you can mix and match any Power Armor pieces to your liking. So again, so here's the helmet. Very nice. Well, mostly I'm just showing here just to show how it comes in a lot, and it's all magnetized as well, so very easy to snap on. Although some of them do come in 2 pieces, where you have to like put one armor and just sort of slap it on the back. But yeah, let's just go through here. Just mainly give a look at the weathering. I mean, look at the weathering on this helmet. I mean, the hosing has well, a lot of weathering in between the creases in the individual joints. The gas mask portion of the T-60 Power Armor has all this weathering as well. Even especially there's all these pock marks and sort of rust marks here, especially here. You can see here on this metal bit. Yeah, there's all this rust and everything. Really cool. And even on the light. Oh, there's the light switch. Yeah. This thing also has a light up light, which if I can find the batteries for it, I'll give it a look. But yeah, it's really nice. Really nice. The turnkey as well here. It's the turnkey. Oh, it's not here. Oh, it's too small, I guess. Or did mine break? Nah, it's too small. But yeah, very nice. Look at all the weathering here. You look at all the weathering on any of these pieces here. Look at this. Just look at this shoulder pad. Really cool. All right, so let's set this aside and we'll take a look at the Power Armor frame, and well, see how cool it actually is. All right, so we have the Power Armor here, and not the frame, not the Power Armor itself. And yeah, it looks like it's got pulled right out of the game. It's so cool. It even comes with a head sculpt. This is the player character in the more African American persuasion. The main focus here, well, if you can see the great sculpt work and paint work, just to give it all these nice little weather marks here and there. I mean, just look at even on the frame, like especially this area here, the shin, everything replicates the game supremely. And Threezero even pay attention to detail on the smallest bits. Is this thing, the fusion core, which powers the Power Armor suit. And even it has all these nice little weathering details here and there. yeah, really, really nice. And the turn key to activate this to open up and close the suit even turns. There's a really nice detail there. But I don't think this, no. So you can't actually separate. Yeah, let's test the articulation a little bit before we move on assembling this with the armor on. So the head is on it's mostly a full neck with a single joint at the bottom. So you get some range of motion here and there, but a bit limited. Mostly good swivel, then right and down and up. It's pretty nice. And again, a little bit side to side. But I do recommend caution. This collar piece is made out of like a leather material, so it may not disintegrate in a couple of years. So do give that some attention. Yeah, the armor plates here go up, very, very nice. I'm going to accommodate the armor articulation later. And my main area of worry as well are the suit lining. It's made of rubber and pretty flexible, so don't try to force it too much, or else you might end up with cracks or anything else down the line. And because, you know, if you live in Southeast Asia like me, you'll worry about heat and everything, so keep it in a mostly air-conditioned room to prevent anything untoward happening to it because of heating. But you know, so the arms go forward, they're on a ratchet, so you can go this far before, I think, yeah, that's where as far as it goes, which is okay. So it's still full bend. Then the elbow has a pretty good bend. It's on a ratchet as well, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clicks you can get. But again, don't try to do it too much because the suit will wrinkle. So mostly museum pose, I'll be putting this guy in. The wrist, which has a swivel, very, very nice. The fingers are all fully articulated, which I do appreciate, given that there's no other extra hands in this. So you get full range of motion in the actuators on the Power Armor frame, which I find really, really nice. Really, really nice. Right, so I think that there's a bicep swivel as well, which goes that far, goes this far. So pretty good range of motion, but again, I do recommend caution because of the jointage. And the midsection is made of a rubber piece. Let's try and articulate it, and no, it's not going. That's all right. I don't think in the game it moves that much either, but you do get side to side, which is really good. You can try to get up and down, but again, I don't want to force it. So, you know, you do you if you try to get yours. So the armor goes, legs go up here, and this far up before it stops. Yeah, only this far up. So pretty limited. I don't think they even try to adopt a full sort of leg drop joint like you see in most 1/6 or like in Hot Toys. So again, I recommend caution. To the back straight. Legs go back that far. Again, limited mainly because of the sculpt. The knees are pretty good. They are on a ratchet, and they go about this far. So yeah, pretty mobile piece, but this of course is before we put the full armor on. And the ankles are on a hinge, so you get up, back, and pretty good pivot. So again, you can have your lone survivor portrayed in many a situation, like this one. So you can get a lot of good poses out of this guy. Just sort of, you be creative and be a bit cautious in terms of like how to get posed. Now, like this, you get pretty good walking pose out of this. Really nice, really, really nice. And there's also a thigh swivel. Very, very cool. All right. So let's get the armor on, and we'll see how cool it actually is. Before I forget, it does come with one accessory, which I find really, really cool. They didn't announce this, I think, during the pre-order phase, or I didn't see anything in the during the pictures, in the promotional pictures. But it really was cool they included it. It's a mini nuke launcher. Yeah, from the games, a mini nuke launcher. I find it really, really cool, especially because it's one of the more iconic parts of Fallout, the Fallout games. You can get these cool futuristic sci-fi weapons. I mean, a freaking mini nuke launcher is really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, and I like just like all the other pieces here. It's got great weathering too. I mean, just look at this rust, this patina applied. Wow, really cool. And even has the catapult section in it, but unfortunately it doesn't work. But yeah, I don't care. It's having the mini nuke in my hand, I mean, a physical object, not just in game, is really, really cool. Really cool. Right, and you have the mini nuke itself, also another very nicely weathered piece. Just look at it. It's a mini nuclear bomb. Looks like the Fat Man Little Boy bomb. So, really cool. Really, really cool. Just look at this. Look at the mini nuke. It's cute, but also destructive. It's really nice. Really nice that they included this. They didn't have to. But yeah, I like the fact that they included it anyway. Really cool. Really, really cool that they gave us a mini nuke launcher. Alright, so that's out of the way. Let's get the power armor fully assembled, and we'll take a quick look at that. Alright, so we have the power armor here, fully half assembled, parts assembled. Just to give you a guide on the assembly process, some of it's very easy because some of the armor pieces do snap on via magnet. So, for example, the shoulder piece here, boom, magnet, easy, right? But some of the rest are like a very pain in the ass to actually put together. One of them, key of them being the bicep piece. So the bicep piece, because some of them come in two pieces, so we have to align certain pieces to certain slots on the armor. So the bicep piece here, this is the front piece, and it's supposed to go over here. And there's these two tabs and slots that you have to align these tabs here perfectly together, or else you won't get the armor to slide on properly. So if I just sort of ham-hand it, the arm won't go on nice, and you won't get a good fit. So for example here, right? It's very simple. It's got this on, and I just need to align the hole. There you go. And so you get the back piece here, and you align it to these holes in the power armor frame for the assemblage. And if you have it just right, you'll get a good fit on your first try. If not, it's a case of adjusting and readjusting your power armor like an idiot until you get the fit right. Yeah, like this. I'm getting some fitting problems. There you go. That's sort of a nice fit. There's a bit of a gap there, but yeah, that's a good fit. Then get the thing on. There you go. For a first-time buyer, this is my first power armor from Threezero. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but there's a lot of it's sort of learn as you go along, especially in terms of fitting the power armor pieces, because the instruction is certainly not really that helpful. It just says to split apart and then slide the arm pieces over each other on the power armor frame. But yeah, let's get the whole thing assembled, and we'll take a closer look at the full figure. Okay, after a long session of putting them together, the final results is pretty damn good. I mean, just look at this beauty, all the detail, all the, ooh boy. I have a couple of complaints, mainly because centering on the fact that some of the pieces here are rubber. I'm guessing by necessity, mostly because it's just the, I think, first part, you can see here the thigh armor, this thigh plate here is made of rubber, this extra thigh plate piece. So I'm afraid of the longevity of it. It might not last very long, and especially all the rubber tubes and hoses. But you know, we'll see in a couple years, see if they last that long. But for the most part, it's holding on fine so far. And yeah, it's really, really good. And the only other complaint I have is it, despite me being excited for the mini nuke, it can't hold it properly because of how the fingers and joints are articulated, it looks kind of awkward holding it. So the triggers here, I'm just gonna put in the Power Armor frames. Okay, and you just get the thing around. Okay, so wrap it around. Yeah, it just looks very awkward holding it, and because of how the mini nuke launcher likes to rub up against all the surfaces, I'm just afraid to just wear the paint off after a while. So I like the mini nuke launcher. I like the idea of it being a 1/6 accessory, but I'm thinking mostly just using it for like my regular figures. Unfortunately, the Power Armor is too big and bulky to actually hold it properly like in game. You know, real life expectations. Ah, disappointed. Anyway, as you saw here, the armor doesn't really hinder articulation that much. So we can still move the shoulder joint up and down. Very nice. We can still move the arm forward and back. Very nice. We can still move the shoulder. Oh, one joint that is hindered by the arm pieces is the outer joint. So if you look here, I can't get the joint to go fully up or down because the armor pieces are already in the way. So that's where the hindrance will come with the armor on. And yeah, so far everything still sort of functions. Besides that, it functions the same. You know, the bicep swivel still functions normally, and the waist joint still functions normally, and the head doesn't really do a lot. You can go up and go down and go sort of side to side, but because of the bulkiness of the armor, you're sort of stuck with just sort of mainly swivels, even though in the game they can move around quite mobile. Now the legs, surprisingly, aren't really that hindered. Again, you can sort of get a good forward, but I don't really recommend it, or else like you might break something, because the arm plates are very thick and they protrude pretty far, so they're catching on a lot of the joints and everything, especially the crotch plate. It's the main hindrance. So I believe if you have to remove you can remove the crotch plate and get more articulation out of there, because it is sort of like the main sort of stopping point. It's rubbing and catching as the armor, as you can see here. I'm a bit disappointed, but the side to side isn't that hindered. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. And this is rubber just to sort of accommodate the articulation. The knees aren't hindered because again the joints are over here, so you're not getting a lot of hindrance. You're still getting a pretty good range of motion with even with the bulky armor on. It's actually pretty nice. Same with the ankles, not really that hindered because of the joints up and down, side to side, yada yada. But again, just to get like a good walking pose, it's a bit of a trick because of how bulky the armor is. So I'm gonna have to position the legs out a bit, and it looks kind of awkward. So I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I mean, still like getting this is pretty good, even though the T-60 doesn't have this scheme in game or any other. I don't think in Fallout 76 it has its power armor, it has its camo scheme. Fallout 4, the main sort of special camo scheme you can get for it is the Hot Rod paint scheme and the Brotherhood of Steel paint scheme. This is apparently a very original new take on a paint scheme by Threezero, approved by Bethesda, which is pretty good. I mean, look at it, it's huge. Speaking of huge, let's get it next to someone's 6 figures. Here he is next to my favorite. All-American superhero Captain America. To here, it's pretty darn big. And again, like this is just sort of like Cap. Imagine Cap just sitting in this thing. So it's pretty tall, compared to your like average 1/6 figure. Toys Black Widow. ScarJo is 5'4", and yeah, this guy's huge, huge. And next to my other favorite all-American superhero, Superman. Yeah, I mean this guy's like several heads taller than Supes. Hot Toys Iron Patriot figure, and as you can see here, I mean this guy is way bigger than Iron Patriot. In fact, I think this guy's size and bulk is how Iron Patriot should have been, but Hot Toys really screwed up with the sizing. So yeah, I mean, so got a head taller than Iron Patriot even with the weapons on. But yeah, you know, Hot Toys really should have like resized it to be this one. And in fact, this guy's a bit cheaper too, because of course he doesn't have die cast in him. But on the whole, like, I prefer this guy's size over Iron Patriot's. It's about how much I love this figure. But yeah. So final thoughts on this figure. I really love this Power Armor paint scheme. I mean, the camo, the weathering, everything's really nice, despite how much of a pain in the ass it can be to assemble. But at the end of the day, like, this is a really good armor set, you know. And if you can find them, hey, pick them up. Yeah, I mean, just based on how good this is, I'm hoping that 3A or Threezero do a lot more power armors. I mean, we still don't have the Brotherhood of Steel one yet, which I was hoping at some point they would actually do, because so far we only have the Hot Rod paint scheme for the Atom Cats, and I think the Nuka-Cola one, but I'm not sure which armor that one's for. But yeah, you know, more power armor colors for this would be really cool, Threezero. And if you're willing to venture out, maybe you can do like the Buzz Lightyear power armor that was in a mod at some point for this specific T-60, or you can eventually do like the XO1 in the Enclave Navarro paint scheme. That'd be really cool as well. But yeah, in the day, I really recommend this guy, and if you can pick him up, hey, go for it if you're a big Fallout fan like me. Yeah, if you're interested in one, I believe we do have some extra and down in the links below, so you can pick up your own Camouflage T-60 armor. I mean, this guy is beautiful. You'd be remiss not to have at least one of these in your collection. But yeah, that'll be all from us today, and we hope you really enjoyed our review. And if you like our content, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell for more videos coming up from us. It really does help the channel, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Remember, war never changes.